Hello guys, it's Letty. I thought that I would do something a little bit more uplifting. I think all of us are, at home, what should be at home for the most part. And I thought instead of talking about the drama of the day, and guys, just a recommendation, guys, take a little break because the drama never stops. It's always some type of drama. I notice I have to sort of limit my media, limit my news to really a small section portion of the day because it just seems like it's getting messier and messier. It's just so much drama. And I just don't like I really don't like a lot of drama in my life. So I thought I would give you some. Now this is for people who have Prime Video memberships. So the Amazon video streaming service. They have a great selection of movies. Um, I have been a Prime member since, well, for a few months now. So, and I love it. Um, they have a lot of great free movies and free TV shows, and they also have, you know, ones that are fairly recent. And then also those new releases that were in the movie theaters that we, of course, they closed while they were still playing some of them, and then some of them have come out. On this is one of the services that offers those. So you got, because I'm looking at it right now, you have Onward, which I think was supposed to come out, if I'm not mistaken. It was it never got to be released. It was going to come out this month, and then you have Birds of Prey. You got Invisible Man. The what's the movie? The movie with Vin Diesel is Bloodshot. If you're interested in that, uh, and then it's another one. It's about it's a killing movie, but some genres of movies I really don't. I'm not into horror and all that. But I do have five recommendations. These are movies that I've seen recently and things that I've seen recently that now it really depends on what you like. These are things that I like. I kind of like science fiction, um, sort of comedy. I got a mixture of things here that I have. So these are just some things that I recommend that I think are, some of them are not great movies, like, award winning movies. I'm not always in the mood to see Oscar worthy performances. Sometimes I just want to have fun. And these are not what I would consider Oscar worthy movies, but they're entertainment. They're entertaining. You might be entertained. So I think that's the whole point of movies. That's the main point of movies. Anyway, getting to my list. I just watched yesterday actually. It's called Braven. I don't know if anyone's familiar with that. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. I know I have never heard of it since, until yesterday. So this movie stars Jason Momoa. I think I'm saying his name right. Jill Wagner, Stephen Lang, um, and it's basically about a family who they're kind of a family that lives in the woods, and some things some dirty things go on with Jason, the main character. His I don't remember his name in the movie, but anyway, Jason Momoa, his character with his coworker, and he gets dragged into it in the middle of it. So it's just a whole lot of drama. And then he has this ailing. His father is has, I assume, has Alzheimer's, and he's have to, so they're dealing with his father having Alzheimer's, and then all of a sudden they're thrust into this situation, and from his coworker, and they have to really, it's a lot of fighting and battling, and just a whole lot of things start to happen, and it gets really crazy, and that whole entire family is involved just about. So it was pretty entertaining. I was engaged. It was predictable. It's not, you get your standard type of things going on with the movies, but for the most part, I thought it was an entertaining movie. It it kept me. entertained. You know, I loved it. It was a lot of action. I'm sort of like an action junkie. Hold on one second, guys. Sorry. Okay. So Braven is on a Prime Video. The second thing I recommend is it's a movie that I grew up with. See, I grew up in the '80s. This movie is so '80s, it's ridiculous. It's called The Heavenly Kid. And these, by the way, these are free movies and TV shows that I'm mentioning, by the way. You don't have to pay for them. Just with your, of course, with your membership. Just get your membership, Prime Video membership. And then, these particular ones. Now, they have ones you have to pay for. So it's just up to you. And you can also rent. So it's pretty cool. This second one is called The Heavenly Kid. It stars Lewis Smith. Let me see. Jason, I can't see, guys. Jason Gedrick, Jane I am butchering these people's names. I am so sorry. Jane Kasarek and Richard Mulligan. This movie it revolves around the main character Bobby, who is played by Lewis Smith. I love this movie. This movie came out in 1985. 1985 was a great year for movies. Well, my all-time favorite movie, Back to the Future, came out. So, I was obsessed. So I was I was 10 years old when this came out. So I mean, like when Back to the Future came out, I was like, oh my God, this is better. That still remains my best movie, my favorite movie of all time, Back to the Future. Whenever I'm feeling down, it lifts my spirits. I pop it in and it lifts my spirits. I have to have that on physical DVD. But anyway, I have two versions. Getting back to the movie Heavenly Kids. So this movie stars a guy that's very, this setting initially starts out in the 60s. It winds up in the 80s. So he's a cool guy. He's fighting for the honor of his girlfriend. He's in love with this girl, and he back I don't know if this was in another movie too. They actually do a drag race to win her heart, for her honor, because these two guys are both in love with her, including the main character and this other guy. So they drag race, and unfortunately, Bobby doesn't make it out of the car. He tries to get out, and he's not able to, and the car goes over the cliff and it bursts into flames. So he dies. So his assignment, essentially the plot is he gets an assignment. He's not quite ready to go to heaven. So he's sort of like what they call in Midtown. They got Uptown, they got Midtown, and I guess they got downtown. But he's not. I guess he's not that bad. We got to go downtown, but he's in Midtown. So basically, to earn his ticket to Uptown, he has to go. He has an assignment of helping this guy that's a little bit, he's a little bit insecure and, not popular. And so his assignment is to help this guy. So this guy, I'm not going to tell the twist. There's a couple of twists in the movie, but it's not a great movie, but it's something that is heartwarming, and I liked it. I thought it's one of those feel good movies, because right now we kind of need to feel good. I'm just be honest with you. I kind of like movies that I can kind of disconnect. That's why I love science fiction. Is probably my favorite. Time travel and those type of movies, just they take me to another place entirely. Even like Star Wars, Avengers. Like, I'm wearing my Captain America t-shirt that I love. So I got my Avenger pajamas too. So I thought I would just brighten my spirits a little bit. So anyway, the next one, guys. Ooh, if you remember in the 90s, Fox came up with a show, and it was called Terminator, the Sarah Connor Chronicles. I'll try to say that fast. And so this was based on the movie, of course, Terminator, and his life. Just some of the things that they've had to deal with, some of the things that wasn't in the movie, and little, all the things that Sarah Connor has had to do to protect John, And the movie, this show stars, let's see, Lena Henley, and Thomas Decker. There's some other characters in there. Uh, it's just, it was only on for 2 seasons in the 90s, but it is so much better sometimes than a lot of these subsequent Terminator movies that have come out after Terminator 2. It is exciting, it's adventurous. It kind of it follows the same timeline as Terminator. It stays within that timeline. There's some surprises. There's some exciting. This is the most exciting TV show that I think I've ever seen, and it is far better than some of the subsequent Terminator movies. Um, Terminator, the Terminator franchise is gone. It's been up and it has its ups and downs. I do try to give each of the movies a fair shot. That may make for an interesting video to review all the Terminator movies. But this is a good show, and it was only on for 2 seasons. It's on Prime Video for free now, so check it out. Um, I got to throw it in there. Andy Griffin. What can I say about Andy Griffin that hasn't already been said? It's funny. I'm telling you, if you really, really need a boost lift, if you really need your mood lifted, I said a boost lift, a mood lift. If you really want a warm hearted thing to watch, watch Andy Griffin. I mean, how can you not laugh? Gomer Pyle, The Darlings, Aunt B, you know, uh, oh goodness, I can't think of the guy's name. His name is Don Knotts, but oh my goodness, I can't even think of his name. His deputy. I can't think of it. I swear I'm having an Alzheimer moment, but I'm not old enough to have an Alzheimer moment. I'm having a blank here, but anyway, Andy Griffin is on there for free. I love Andy Griffin. I think Andy Griffin is also on Netflix, if I'm not mistaken. So guys, just check that out. But hey, watch some Andy Griffin. Get a nice laugh. Also, guys, I like the movie Salt. Now, Salt, starring Angelina Jolie and let me see, I'm gonna get this man's name. Uh, oh gosh, Lou Lou Schneider. He's been in a lot of movies. I'm gonna just say his first name is Lou, and then the guy from 12 Years a Slave, the main character. I cannot even begin to pronounce his name. He's a great actor, but he's African descent. I just can't think of it. I can't pronounce his name. I don't want to butcher his name. But anyway, Saul is about a bad CIA. I think she's worked for the CIA. A lot of twists and turns. It's pure action. It's just pure action, mystery action movie. But I really enjoyed it. It just was so exciting. It's not the best movie, but it's just something that's exciting. I'm just watching movies. I'm not thinking about them too hard. I'm just looking at it for the entertainment value. So anyway, guys, check those movies out. They'll transport you, and TV shows, they will take you to another place. And we gotta take our minds off of what's going on during during this thing that's going on. I'm praying for all you guys, your families, and hopefully everything's going okay with you. And just stay safe and go out only when you need to go out. I think we've limited our store. When we go to the store, we actually are out of something and we need something, and it's usually once a week. And so try to limit the time. Just when you do go out, just try to limit it maybe to once a week. Usually we're just going to the store because nothing else is open. So anyway, guys, I want to throw this one last thing in there. Thanks for hanging in there with me. I know my video's kind of long. I didn't expect it to be this long. There's a free streaming service. It's called Pluto. They have some wonderful, wonderful movies on there. it's a television. They have TV shows as well. They have old TV shows. They have a news broadcast channel. It's almost like set up like cable, but it's absolutely free. You download it, no charge. And I was actually able to watch. I watched Sunset Boulevard, which is recommended. If you've never seen that movie Sunset Boulevard, it is playing for free on Pluto right now. Please do yourself a favor, check this wonderful movie out. This awesome. The performances are brilliant. Sunset Boulevard. It came out in 19 ooh gosh. Oh man, I want to say 1950. I might be wrong on that, guys. If I'm wrong, put it down in the comments. I think it was in the 50s. Something. I think it was 1950. Okay, I watched The Net with Sandra Bullock, which is also a pretty good movie. That came out in the 90s, I think. So anyway, guys, it's Pluto. Check it out. And then my recommendations were they're on Prime Video for the Amazon. It's a cheap membership. You pay every month, and then you can also get some of the movies that were at the movie theaters. You can look at those as well. So those are actually on that channel. I don't know if they're on any other state channels, but they're on that. Anyway, guys, like, comment, subscribe, and I hope you check out these movies and keep the drama to a minimum. Just try to. I try not to listen to too much drama that's online, and just try to. You'll be amazed at how it affects your mood. So anyway, guys, like, comment, subscribe, and I will talk to you later. And be blessed. Stay safe. Stay in, and talk to you later. Bye.